Hey, what's going on, What Nation? You know, I had a request from patron David Morissette. He wanted to know what I do on super grassy days. Let's go over here to the tailgate of the truck and take a look at what I do when things just get out of hand with the grass. Obviously, the first thing you could do is jump down to a jig head. I really prefer these Squadron Strike King 1/8 ounce jig heads. Why do I like these 1/8 ounce? Because it allows me to hit the bottom if I want, but I can also swim the middle water column in 2 to 6 foot of water. Just amazing for grass flats. The combination of a jig head, single hook, and a soft plastic is amazing for when it gets grassy. And staying with the single hook theme, I think you'll find a lot of success when the grass is too bad. I go to a lot of plugs, especially Topwater, and I make several with single hooks, as well as suspension baits, even Meridines. I really love these guys here, these VMC inline hooks. This is a 1/0. I use the 1/0 or 1s on a lot of my suspension and Topwater plugs. If the grass is relentlessly bad and you want to take it to the next level because it's floating, I go to a fluke. And when it comes to rigging up a fluke, you can screw the fluke on with this guy here and attach it to the hook point, or you can go with the traditional bass plastic worm hook. I like to stay stocked up on these guys. I'll show you how to rig it up right now. Like I said, for ultra weedy days, I go to flukes. You know, you can really get into them. I got into them really deep, and you know, I figured out which ones were a little heavier. I could get more casting range. I use 0 weight with these. These go straight on the worm hook. Let's start with this type of worm hook with the little squiggly wire deal. You just screw that wire into the nose of the bait. My wife's in there cooking if you're wondering what the banging is, but we'll just let that ride. And then you get the little slitted bottom pointed down toward the hook. Get it to where it's aimed toward the hook point. And then I just go, you squinch it up a little bit, go through the slot and punch it out the back, and then you just skin hook the barb just barely on the top. And the idea is when they hit it, it punches through like that. But that, you got to really set the hook hard. It's a beautiful presentation. This will dance and dart through the grass like nobody's business. But old buddy of mine that did a lot of bass tournaments, he would skin hook it on the side, and I like this just as much. You just squinch it up, just barely bury that hook right there. You see it exposed. Now look, not much is holding that in. This bait's gonna dart erratically no matter where the hook weight is anyway. And when something hits it, pop. So that's a skin hook on the side. Let's move on to the old, just plain old bass worm hook. Same deal. Except for on the nose, you wanna go through the nose, put a little nice chunk in there, probably where the hook starts to bend, and then pop it out. Once it pops out, you bring it down to the point, and when you get here, you rotate. Now this is, you already have your main line on here. You rotate here, so you end up with that. Isn't that pretty? All right, so when you get this, you can go back to the same thing. You can put it through the slot and skin hook it on the top like that. It's pretty, man. And this will throw beautifully with no weight. Or you can do like my buddy used to do, squinch it up and skin hook it on the side, which I tend to do more often than not because I get a lot better hook set, not much to pop out. There you go. Now this, with 10-pound braid, 15-pound braid, will throw a country mile. No weight at all on the nose, and you can dance this on the surface like a Topwater plug. You can let it sink real slow and twitch it a few times, but it will not pick up any grass on a super bad grassy day. This is my go-to when the weeds, when the turtle grass is floating on the top and it's just brutal. Treble hooks will just bring in salad when the grass is floating to the top in thick mats. So good old plastic worm hook and a fluke. There you go. So install some single hooks on some plugs and some suspension baits, some worm hooks and some flukes, and you'll be covered when the grass gets super bad. What? Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time, right, Teresa?